Hello, martial arts family. John Orndorff here from North American Martial Arts Institute. I'm here with Amir Jackson today. Give him a wave. And what we're going to do is we're going to take you through some stretching. And I always get questions like, why is stretching important? Well, number one, it's good for your mind and body. It's great for stress relief. It's great for pain. Like dealing with sore muscles, you stretch, it can relieve that the pain from maybe overworked muscles. It's good for balance, coordination. There's a bunch of questions that we get. When it comes to stretching, when is best to stretch? Stretching anytime is good, and paying attention to the intensity of the stretch is important with that. How long do I hold stretches? That's another question. It just depends on what you want to get from the stretch. But obviously intensity and the amount of time that you have can dictate how long you're actually going to hold a stretch. How hard do I push a stretch? Should it be painful? No, a stretch should not be painful. Actually, you should have what we term slight discomfort. All right, that's the term we use. And that means that I'm not overstretching, because if I overstretch, I can pull muscles, and I don't want to do that. Breathing when you're stretching, you want to make sure that you are breathing and breathe deep. Many people will talk about breathing using your stomach, expanding your stomach, pushing your stomach out so that the lungs can bring in a lot of air, and they can get the lungs can bring that air down to the bottom of the lung. So, deep breathing, and you don't want to breathe hard, just slow and relax. So we're going to cover this, and we're just going to run through some basic stretches here. We're going to start with, normally I start from the top of the body and work my way down. But just because of the way I have things laid out today, we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. Okay, so we're going to start with a hamstring stretch. Now with a hamstring stretch, what we do, and sir, if you would help me out here, we're going to put one foot out, and that leg is straight, like he has his now, and rest your hand on your thigh if you would, just a little bit higher. You don't want to put your hand on your knee. Keep your hands off the knees, and then the back leg is bent a little bit, and that's the hamstring stretch. And we would hold that, we'd work our way into it. So we bend into it, and anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds is usually good for a stretch. Now we're not going to take 30 seconds on every stretch here, but we want to make sure we understand timing and intensity and correct positions for the stretches. So that's the hamstring stretch. Now you'd want to do that both legs, so we'll go ahead and do the other leg right now. And again, sitting into that, bending your back knee, letting your body drop. Again, keeping the hands off the knees, but you can rest them on the thighs. It's kind of like sticking your rear end out, okay? So those are hamstring stretches. We've got quad stretches, and that's the other side of the thigh. We're just going to grab a foot up behind and push the hip forward. So if we turn sideways, let's go ahead and turn sideways and push that hip forward. That helps with the quad stretch. Okay, you should feel it right here in the front of the thigh. If you're doing it without balancing on something, one of the tricks we used to tell people is to grab your ear. Now I don't know how well that really works technically, but usually I find it just takes your mind off trying to keep your balance, but you can also lean up against the wall to do the same type of stretch. So maybe we'll come over here and use the wall and work that stretch. And again, start light and then increase in intensity, but it should not be extremely uncomfortable. Okay, so those are quad stretches. We also have calf stretches. On a calf stretch, what we want to do, go ahead. Do you remember how to do a calf stretch? Can you show me? Back heel stays down, front knee is bent. It's like we're doing a front stance in martial arts, right? We want to keep the back heel down. Good posture will help you do that. Just like I said, a front stance. Just make sure you don't let that knee go past the front foot. And then maybe we turn on to the other side here. So same stretch. Back heel is down, bending the front knee. Good, doing a good job, sir. Okay, so those are leg stretches. There's a lot of leg stretches, and you can combine stretches as well. But we're just going to do separate stretches today. Next, we're going to go into core stretches. And we're going to start with what we call a Cobra Stretch. So we're going to put our hands, we're going to lay down on the floor, forearms down first. And we're gonna keep the forearms down, we're gonna push up. So we're trying to bring our belly off the floor by raising our trunk or our upper body up. Now when we do this, I'm gonna turn sideways a little bit. So I'm coming up like this. Now, if that is a good stretch for me here, that's fine. But if I want to use my hands, I can also push up. And this is kind of where it gets that cobra type of appearance. With this stretch, I can push up here, or I can even turn and get a little bit of an oblique stretch here while I'm keeping my body up and getting the front of the trunk stretched. Okay, so that's Cobra Stretch. Next, we're going to do what we call a ball stretch. And Mr. Jackson has volunteered to demonstrate this one, so sir, if you would. He's going to turn his back to the ball. You can stand right here, that's fine. Okay, and he's going to take his legs out wide. He's going to take his arms up. He's going to roll back so that he feels it in the stomach. So he's got to bring his stomach up just a little bit right there. Now you feel it pretty good. Now you got to watch your feet so you don't roll over, right? But the same thing, you hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds, and you get a nice stretch here through the abdominals. Awesome job, sir. Thank you. And next, we're going to go into what we call a kneeling stretch. Now, there's different variations on this, but what we're going to do here is we're going to come up on the balls of the feet, and we're just going to stretch back. So arms are up. If you want more stretch, yep, you got to take your knees out a little wider so you don't fall back. Keep that balance. Keep that balance. Knees out wide. That's it. We're just leaning back like that. Now, another way to do that is you can take your hands and put them on your ankles, and you can bring your body back even farther, just like that. And how long can you hold it? Can you hold it for 10 seconds? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, sir. Now we're going to go to the upper body. So from here, we're going to stand up, and we're going to do a shoulder stretch. Now, when we're doing a shoulder stretch from a standing position, we just grab the wrist here and pull the shoulders back, extending the arms back. Now, remember, you can combine stretches. So a lot of times when I do a calf stretch, I will add a shoulder stretch, so I'm doing another stretch along with it, and that's okay. You can do it any way you wish. Let's go ahead and hit that other side. And again, I guess talking the other side. We're supposed to be doing it back. But anyway, taking those arms up behind, that's a good shoulder stretch. Now we're stretching out the front of the shoulders here. So I can stretch out the back of the shoulder by bringing my hand above between my elbow and my shoulder and pushing across my body. So when we do this one, relax. We're going to push just like that. You should feel it stretching right back. So those are good stretches as well for the other side of the shoulder. Let's go ahead and hit the other one. And again, you can count in your head 10, 20, 30 seconds. Usually in class we do 10 because it takes up a lot of time if we do 30-second stretches. But you want to make sure you get a good complete stretch in the sense that you take it all the way through that range of stretch, again, without damaging the muscle group. So that's shoulder stretches, chest stretches. Take the arms behind, and we grab the wrist, and we lift. Now, you can do both arms at the same time, or you can work it as we did like a shoulder stretch. I can put the arm here and just twist. So I've got the elbow back behind the corner of the wall, and I'm just feeling it in the pectoral. I'm not really feeling it in the shoulder too much. And that would be another chest stretch that you can do. Okay? Moving on, we go into back stretches, grabbing the wrist and bringing the shoulders forward. So it looks like this. And again, a lot of times we'll combine that in class with a calf stretch as well. Just bringing the shoulders forward, rolling them in, so you're getting that stretch across the upper back. And next, tricep stretches. So now we're going to stretch the back of the upper arm. So we're going to take this, actually we're going to take it up high, and we're just going to pull it behind our head. Now, I'm not as good grabbing my elbow anymore, so a lot of times I'll just grab material on my sleeve, as long as I've got a good strong sleeve to grab onto. Just grab that other one, and working the other side. But you should feel that in the back, or I'm sorry, in the tricep, or the back of the arm here. Bicep stretches. Now we're going to grab the fingers and we're going to straighten the arm out. We're going to let them rest across the body. We're going to pull them back like this. Okay, so you're pulling the fingers back, and you should feel it in the bicep because you're going to pull down as you do it. Now, you'll probably feel it in the forearm as well, and that's okay. And let's hit that other side. Those are good stretches. Now, again, like I was talking before, you can mix stretches and put them together so that you're doing 2 different stretches at the same time. Now, there's one total body stretch that I really like a lot. It's a very basic, what we call a twist stretch. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit all the way down. We're going to take our legs, put them straight, and then we're going to take one leg and put it across, okay? And then the opposite arm, so if I brought my left leg, it'd be my right arm comes across here. And I'm going to use this arm to push and twist. Now I'll feel this going all the way through the trunk, and I should feel it through my pectorals as well. So now I'm getting that full body stretch here. And if I switch, I can go to the other side. Do the same thing. Twist it hard. And take that back hand and put it more behind you, Mr. Jackson. There you go, and you'll feel even more stretch there. And you know, there's all kinds of other stretches too. I can't take you through every stretch that there is, but these are good basic stretches that if you do them in the morning, if you get time to do them in the afternoon. I know for me, leg stretches, quad and hamstring stretches are great for energy. Especially, I had a job where I was on my feet a lot, and so I spent 8 hours on my feet, and a lot of walking, a lot of movement like that. So those kind of stretches were very helpful, and I would do those about once an hour. And I found that it helped my energy level, my legs felt better, they carried me better through the day. Stretching, it's a great thing, and everybody should do it more. As a matter of fact, we're going to start doing it more. So, that's our stretch video, and research stretches. Because what we did here is just a little bit, but stretches are great. They're great for your body, and they're great for your mind. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.